It's okay. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome all of you to this 33rd class of Devi Mahatmyam. We will continue to learn the Rahasyatrayam, and we are currently learning the Vaikrutika Rahasyam. So we will learn from the 14th verse of Vaikrutika Rahasyam.
Yeah, so we saw that Vaikrutika Rahasyam, the meaning of the word Vaikrutikam. Vaikrutikam means derivatives. So basically we are looking at the derivatives of the original primordial Pradhanika Shakti, that is the Adya Shakti. Who are the derivatives? They are Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. And this Vaikrutika Rahasyam deals with how we have to do puja to these Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati. And we also saw that Chandika Mahalakshmi is known through the names of Mahakali and Mahasaraswati. And how we saw the Mithunams in the first one, the first Pradhanika Rahasyam. Now the Mithunams have started doing their jobs. Now we have to go back to our focus on the Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati Charitra Devatas, the Saptashati Charitra Devatas. And Rishi is explaining how the puja is to be done. We saw that Mahalakshmi, although she has Sahasra Sati, she has more than 1,000 hands. When you're doing puja to her, she is invoked as Ashtadasha only as 18 hands. So, and also I think we saw the Ayudhas that she holds. Now we'll continue from there. Verse number 14.
Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.
Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta.
Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta. Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta.
Ya Satvaika Gunashraya.
Ya Satvaika Gunashraya. Ya Satvaika Gunashraya.
Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta. Ya Satvaika Gunashraya.
Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta. Ya Satvaika Gunashraya. Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta. Ya Satvaika Gunashraya.
Sakshat Saraswati Prokta.
Sakshat Saraswati Prokta. Sakshat Saraswati Prokta.
Shumbha Suranibharhini.
Shumbha Suranibharhini. Shumbha Suranibharhini.
Sakshat Saraswati Prokta Shumbha Suranibharhini.
Sakshat Saraswati Prokta Shumbha Suranibharhini. Sakshat Saraswati Prokta Shumbha Suranibharhini. Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta Ya Satvaika Gunashraya. Sakshat Saraswati Prokta Shumbha Suranibharhini. Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta Ya Satvaika Gunashraya. Sakshat Saraswati Prokta Shumbha Suranibharhini.
Dadhau Chash.
I'll quickly tell. So we stopped at Mahalakshmi, right? How they, what are the ayudhas she had on her? He gave Dakshinadha Karakramat, starting from the right side, top hand, to the bottom of it,
Right.
and then the left side. He gave all the 18 ayudhas in the previous verse. Now he says, how did she? He is proceeding to the Mahasaraswati Swarupa now.
So Mahakali is done, Mahalakshmi
Lakshmi is done.
Mahasaraswati.
Now Mahasaraswati. How she? Ya means that Devi who was born Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta. She was born out of Gauri's Sharira. You remember that fifth chapter, right? She that is why from the kosha, from the cell of Gauri, from the Shariram, she just jumps out. So Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta, she was born out of Gauri's Deha, Sharira, that Devi, and Sattva Yeka Gunashraya. Just primarily, just only with Sattva Guna. She, that Devi who jumped out of Gauri's Deha, she was entirely made up of only Sattva Guna. That is the clue for us that she is the Mahasaraswati Swarupa. Although in the fifth chapter or from the entire Uttara Charitra doesn't explicitly talk about Devi Swarupa as Mahasaraswati Swarupa. Nowhere does it say that clearly. But this is the pramana for us that the Rishi is saying to the Raja that Gauri Dehat Samudbhuta Sattva Yeka Gunashraya. She primarily held entirely the Sattva Guna. And Sakshat Saraswati Prokta, that Devi is very clearly Sakshat. She is only Prokta means she is told as Saraswati, Mahasaraswati, and she is also the destroyer of Shumbhasura. So what else do we need, right? The Uttara Charitra, the main Devi, Adya Lakshmi, she manifests herself as Mahasaraswati in the fifth chapter, and she is the one who goes on to kill Shumbhasura.
And she was also called like Kaushiki because she came out of Kosha, the cells of Gauri. And also we explained that although the Avatara from the color perspective of the Parvati was dark, but as Gauri, she was white in color as Gauri.
Yeah.
Because she did penance to get that to change. Yeah. Dadhau Ashtabhuja Bana.
Dadhau Ashtabhuja Bana. Dadhau Ashtabhuja Bana.
So Banam and Usale, right? Musale. Bana and Musalam. So Musalam is another Ayudham. So Bana Musale. Musale Shula Chakrabhrita.
Musale Shula Chakrabhrita. Musale Shula Chakrabhrita.
Dadhau Ashtabhuja Bana Musale Shula Chakrabhrita.
Dadhau Ashtabhuja Bana Musale Shula Chakrabhrita. Dadhau Ashtabhuja Bana Musale Shula Chakrabhrita.
Shankham Ghantam Langalam Cha.
Shankham Ghantam Langalam Cha. Shankham Ghantam Langalam Cha.
Karmukam Vasudhadhipa.
Karmukam Vasudhadhipa. Karmukam Vasudhadhipa.
Shankham Ghantam Langalam Cha Karmukam Vasudhadhipa.
Shankham Ghantam Langalam Cha Karmukam Vasudhadhipa. Shankham Ghantam Langalam Cha Karmukam Vasudhadhipa. Dadhau Ashtabhuja Bana Musale Shula Chakrabhrita. Shankham Ghantam Langalam Cha Karmukam Vasudhadhipa. Dadhau Ashtabhuja Bana Musale Shula Chakrabhrita. शङ्खं घण्टां लाङ्गलं च कार्मुकं वसुधाधिप.
Now this king is being addressed in different ways. Until the Uttara Charitra, when he was in the forest, he was addressed only as the king. Nripa, Raja, not even Raja, just Nripa here and there, right? Now he is now already become the king and he's already ruling the entire earth. So he is now called as Naradhipa, Vasudhadhipa. Okay, Vasudha means Bhumi. So he is addressed as Vasudhadhipa here. So the Rishi says, this Saraswati who came out of Gauri's Deha, she is you have to imagine her to be the Ashtabhuja. Dadhau cha Ashtabhuja. Cha Ashtabhuja is cha plus Ashtabhuja. So she has 8 hands with Bana, Musalam, Shula, Chakra, Bhrita. Okay, Bhrita means holding. And then Shankham, Ghantam, Langalam, Karmukam. So Langalam is Shankham, Ghantam, Shankham and then Ghanta. Langalam is something like an anchor, like a plow shaped.
Oh.
Plow shaped. And Karmukam is again a bana, a type of bana. And she is holding all, Dadho means she is holding all these. And so she is mainly Ashtabhuja. There we had Dashavaktra, Dashabhuja for Mahakali. 10 faces, 10 hands and everything. Then Mahalakshmi is, although she has thousands of hands, you have to invoke her as Ashtadashabhuja, 18 hands. Mahasaraswati is Ashtabhuja. It's easy to remember. 10 plus 8 is 18. Okay. So that is the order. Musalam is one
like how you do this
spear kind of
spear. It's not spear. No, Musalam will be that Valakai, like say that is where you actually grind, where you grind the rice, right? They used to grind the rice using that.
It's kind of a pestle.
Yeah.
The mortar and pestle, but the pestle, longer pestle.
Longer one, which you used to,
We have the smaller one at homes nowadays, right?
Yeah. They used to have the bigger one, longer one. Yeah.
You use it for Telugu weddings, right? Wedding.
You use it. You have to use it. That's how they.
Haldi पीसने के लिए.
So this is
Esha Sampujita.
Esha Sampujita Bhaktya.
Esha Sampujita Bhaktya. Esha Sampujita Bhaktya.
Sarvajñatvam prayachati.
Sarvajñatvam prayachati. Sarvajñatvam prayachati.
Esha Sampujita Bhaktya Sarvajñatvam prayachati.
Esha Sampujita Bhaktya Sarvajñatvam prayachati. Esha Sampujita Bhaktya Sarvajñatvam prayachati.
Nishumbha Mathini Devi.
Nishumbha Mathini Devi. Nishumbha Mathini Devi.
Shumbha Suranibarhini.
Shumbha Suranibarhini. Shumbha Suranibarhini.
Nishumbha Mathini Devi. Shumbha Suranibarhini.
Nishumbha Mathini Devi. Shumbha Suranibarhini. Nishumbha Mathini Devi. Shumbha Suranibarhini. Esha Sampujita Bhaktya Sarvajñatvam prayachati. Nishumbha Mathini Devi. Shumbha Suranibarhini. Esha Sampujita Bhaktya Sarvajñatvam prayachati. Nishumbha Mathini Devi. Shumbha Suranibarhini.
So this Devi, who is Nishumbha Mathini and Shumbhasura Nibarhini, who killed both Nishumbha and Shumbhasura, if you, Yesha Sampujita, if you do puja to her this way, as an Ashtabhuja, what does the, with devotion, bhaktya, with devotion, then what does the devotee get? He gets the sarvagyatvam. Sarvagyatvam means he is able to understand everything clearly, very easily.
When he is learning something,
without effort,
he is able to understand well.
Understand that jnana. The sarvagyatvam means it's a jnana, it's a knowledge. See, how much ever we learn, there are sometimes
you have to retain and understand properly. So Saraswati
years,
is the one giving that power of retaining as well as proper understanding. Because you may read something and your understanding will be straight, could be opposite or something which is not correct. Understanding may be wrong. So that is given by this Mahasaraswati. So that is why the Saraswati Puja is done for this purpose.
Yeah.
Ityuktani swarupani Murtinam tava parthiva Ityuktani swarupani murtinam tava parthiva
Ityuktani swarupani murtinam tava parthiva Ityuktani swarupani murtinam tava parthiva
Upasanam jaganmatuhu
Upasanam jaganmatuhu Upasanam jaganmatuhu
Prithagaasam nishamaya
Prithagaasam nishamaya Prithagaasam nishamaya.
So Jaganmatuhu, Pritha becomes Jaganmatuf. That if sound will come. Upasanam Jaganmatuf Prithagaasam nishamaya.
Upasanam Jaganmatuf Prithagaasam nishamaya. Upasanam Jaganmatuf Prithagaasam nishamaya. Ityuktani swarupani murtinam tava parthiva Upasanam jaganmatuf prithagaasam nishamaya Ityuktani swarupani murtinam tava parthiva Upasanam jaganmatuf prithagaasam nishamaya.
So here Parthiva, that is the Mahapranathi. It is not Parthiva, it is Parthiva. Same thing, Jagan Matuhu, that is Alpa Prana, Matuhu, Datta. But next one, Pritha, that is Mahaprana. So Jagan Matuf Pritha Gasam. So you have to understand. Yeah. Pritha. Pritha Gasam. Pritha Gasam.
Second
Ta.
So Parthiva is the Raja's name. Parthiva, he's being addressed here as Parthiva. So he says, Rishi says, Iti Uktani, I told you now, Swarupani Murtinam, all the Murtis, Swarupa, how they are to be invoked, how you have to imagine their Swarupas. Upasanam Jaganmatuhu, here Jaganmatuhu means Chandika Adya Lakshmi. Okay, Prithak Asam means the derivative, the variations of that Chandika Mahalakshmi. I will also tell you the Upasanam, the how to do the Upasana for these derivatives of Chandika Mahalakshmi, of these Vikriti Swarupa,
the change, modifications of Chandika Mahalakshmi.
Modified Chandika Mahalakshmi's Swarupa I told you just now. Now I will tell you the Upasanam, how to do the Upasana to these Murtis.
Separate Upasanas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mahalakshmir yada pujya
Mahalakshmi yada pujya Mahalakshmi yada pujya
Mahakali Saraswati
Mahakali Saraswati Mahakali Saraswati
Mahalakshmir Yada Pujya Mahakali Saraswati.
Mahalakshmi Yada Puja Mahakali Saraswati. Mahalakshmi Yada Puja Mahakali Saraswati.
Dakshinottarayof Pujye.
Dakshinottarayof Pujye. Dakshinottarayof Pujye.
Prishthato Mithunatrayam.
Prishthato Mithunatrayam. Prishthato Mithunatrayam.
Dakshinottarayof Pujye Prishthato Mithunatrayam.
Dakshinottarayof Pujye. Prishthato Mithunatrayam. Dakshinottarayof Pujye. Prishthato Mithunatrayam. Mahalakshmi Yada Puja Mahakali Saraswati. Pujye Prishthato Mithunatrayam. Mahalakshmi Yada Puja Mahakali Saraswati. Dakshinottarayof Pujye Prishthato Mithunatrayam.
When Yada Mahalakshmir Puja, when Yada means when, Mahalakshmi, you're going to do puja to Mahalakshmi. When you're going to do puja to Mahalakshmi, Mahakali and Mahasaraswati, they have to be Dakshina Uttarayoho. Dakshina means south, Uttara means north. So this verse gives you the position, the direction which Devi has to face, and the direction when we have to face her, Devi. Okay, so think
And
about
also where both,
where
which
all
direction both
the
Mahakali and Mahasaraswati should be.
Okay. So let us understand this very clearly. Dakshina means south, Uttara means north, and Dakshina Mahakali has to be in the same order. Mahakali has to be Dakshina, Uttara north, Mahasaraswati has to be, right? That means when Devi is facing west, okay, Dakshina becomes our right. Correct? That is, we are facing east. When we face Devi, Dakshina will be, when we are facing east and Devi is facing west, Dakshina becomes right side.
For us, but for Devi.
For us, okay, for us. But for Devi, it is her left side. So on the right of us, Mahakali has to be there.
Dakshina to her or to us?
That is why the direction
Dakshina
is
to
very
her.
important. Don't even worry about to her or us. Only when you say left or right, you have to take with her, with respective to her. Now, when you know the directions, Dakshina is south. Okay. Uttara is north. So when Devi is facing west, Dakshina becomes our right and Uttara becomes our left.
Yeah, correct.
For Devi, it will be the opposite. Yeah.
For Devi, it will be the opposite. For her, it will be left, and for her, it will be right.
Yeah.
So imagine Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati. This is how you have to place the murti or picture or whatever. Okay. And Puja, you have to do the puja accordingly.
So
First,
say assuming like this is Devi, like sitting in the direction like how we are sitting, and we are facing west, right? So when you are facing west,
east.
no,
We will face east.
You
want
no, Devi. I am talking about Devi.
Devi
From
is
Devi's
facing
perspective.
Okay.
So when Devi is facing west, so when Devi is facing west, so the left side for Devi will be, which will be south. When Devi is facing west, the left side will be south, and north side will be to the right. So Dakshina means, so now it comes to the left side. So when Devi is facing the western direction, to the left of that Mahalakshmi will be Mahakali, and to the
The
right
right.
will be Mahasaraswati. You understand clearly this?
Okay.
When Devi is facing west,
If she's facing east, then
no, she will.
Suppose
Normally-
let us imagine he is asking about the other
if the
direction.
goddess is being yes, facing east side, then she will have Mahakali in the right side and Mahasaraswati in the left side. Right?
In that case, it will be this like it will change. So it means that when Devi is facing west, Mahakali is on her left side. So wherever she changes, the whole group, everybody will change accordingly. So you can change you can do 180-degree rotation and find out. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then Prishthato Mithunatrayam, the three Mithunas, right? They have to be placed Prishthaha, behind Devi, or the three Devis. They have to be, all the three Mithunas will be standing at the back. So, this is how you invoke Mahalakshmi. You have to remember this. That is, she comes all with all this parivara. Now, if you all remember, those who took the Chandika Mahalakshmi Avarna class, you remember? Now you go back to your notes
Now you
and
will
see
understand.
how did we understand about the Mithuna. Mithunatraya comes in the first Avarna, right? In the Chandika Avarna.
Saraswati Brahmabhyam Namaha.
Saraswati Brahmabhyam Namaha, Lakshmi Rishikeshabhyam Namaha, right? You remember? I want you to go back to your notes and see, did we place it all right in the Avarna?
But it also suggests, this one suggests Mithuna Trayam means Shiva and Saraswati together.
No.
Because they are the Mithunas.
No. Here it is the Lakshmi
Lakshmi
Rishikesha.
Rishika. The pair
The
becomes.
pair.
Oh,
After that, the pair.
okay.
Okay. So that is how the puja has to be done.
Swami Lakshmi Rishikesh.
Ah.
There is also.
Yeah.
Yes, next line will
Next
tell
line,
you
yeah.
how the pairs should be standing.
Standing, yeah. Virinchisvaraya madhye.
Virinchisvaraya madhye, Virinchisvaraya madhye.
So we have Viranchi. So it is a Patabheda.
Veda.
So both Viranchi and Virinchi mean the same. So you don't have to get, it is Viranchi. So we can say Viranchi also or Virinchi. Viranchisvaraya madhye.
Viranchisvaraya madhye, Viranchisvaraya madhye.
Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine.
Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine, Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine.
Viranchisvaraya madhye Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine.
Viranchisvaraya madhye, Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine. Viranchisvaraya madhye, Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine.
Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshaha.
Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshaha, Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshaha.
Purato Devatatrayam.
Purato Devatatrayam, Purato Devatatrayam.
Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshah. Purato Devatatrayam.
Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshaha, Purato Devatatrayam. Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshaha, Purato Devatatrayam. Viranchisvaraya madhye, Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine. Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshaha, Purato Devatatrayam. Viranchisvaraya madhye, Rudro Gaurya cha dakshine. Vame Lakshmya Hrishikeshaha, Purato Devatatrayam.
So now this is giving the position of the Mithunatraya, the three couples. Okay. Now we know that we have seen Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati are there. Mahakali gave Mithuna of Rudra and Saraswati, but now the Mithuna has changed to Rudra and Parvati.
As spouse now.
They are now
First it
spouse.
was like twins, now it is spouse.
Now, Virinchi Swaraya Madhya. Swaraya means Saraswati. Very good. Excellent. So, Virinchi means Brahma. So, Virinchi Brahma along with Saraswati is in the Madhya. Okay, in the center, just behind Mahalakshmi. Rudra Gaurya. Rudra along with Gauri. He is on the Dakshina. That is, Dakshina also means right. Okay, Dakshina and Vama. And Dakshina also means south. So here, Dakshina on the right is Rudra with Gauri, just behind Mahakali. And then Vame Lakshmya Rishikesha. Rishikesha along with Lakshmi is in the left side. Purato. Purataha means in front are the Devata Trayam. Devata Trayam means the three Devatas who are Mahalakshmi, Mahakali and Mahasaraswati. So these three mitunas are standing at the back, and in front will be Mahalakshmi along with Mahakali and Mahasaraswati.
Mami, the Rudra and the Gauri will be behind Mahasaraswati, right? Because they are to the right of.
No. So we have to. So here.
The next verse will clarify everything.
Yeah.
Because as you said, you asked me like in the previous verse, why do we exactly have to place on the right of Devi Mahalakshmi, right? That is how we arrived at east and west. The next verse will give you with reference point to Mahalakshmi. Very clearly, Asyaha means with respect to Mahalakshmi, how they have to be placed will be given in the next one. And then all your doubts will be clarified.
Yeah. So
just
here,
hold on to your doubts for a bit.
In the Chandi Avarana Puja, the first Avaranam, you would notice that the same names have been used. Saraswati, Brahmabhyam Namaha. Then, Virinchi, but Brahma is then Virinchi is the name for Brahma. Then Lakshmi, Rishikeshabhyam Namaha. Then Gauri, Rudra-Abhishekam. So all the three. And here it is very clear. Vame, because when you say that in the center, it is the Brahma and Saraswati. So you should not have any confusion where to place the other two, because one, it is very clear, one to the left side of the Brahma and Saraswati is Vame, Lakshmi and Rishikesha, and to the right side, which is Vame, Lakshmi,
our right,
not our right.
No. When it is not with respect to anything, right, there is no reference point. That means it is to our right. Yena Mahakali is on our right.
No, but they have already done the mithuna.
No. Mahakali is on the right. Mahakali, Brahma is given by Mahalakshmi, so he is behind Mahalakshmi. Mahakali gives out Rudra. He is behind Mahakali on the right, on our right. And Rishikesha, Vishnu comes out of Mahasaraswati. He is just behind Mahasaraswati along with his spouse. Just remember Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra. And then the spouses will be along with them. Okay? So let us come to the next one. Everything will be more clear.
Ashtadashabhuja madhye.
Ashtadashabhuja madhye. Ashtadashabhuja madhye.
Vame chasya dashanana.
Vame chasya dashanana. Vame chasya dashanana.
Ashtadashabhuja madhye vame chasya dashanana.
Ashtadashabhuja madhye vame chasya dashanana. Ashtadashabhuja madhye vame chasya dashanana.
Dakshineshtabhuja lakshmihi.
Dakshineshtabhuja lakshmihi. Dakshineshtabhuja lakshmihi.
Mahati iti samarchayet.
Mahati iti samarchayet. Mahati iti samarchayet.
Dakshineshtabhuja lakshmihi, and Magati will become Lakshmir Magati. Dakshineshtabhuja Lakshmir Mahati iti samarchayet.
दक्षिणेष्टभुजा लक्ष्मीर्महती समर्चयेत् दक्षिणेष्टभुजा लक्ष्मीर्महती समर्चयेत् अष्टादशभुजा मध्ये वामे चास्या दशानना दक्षिणेष्टभुजा लक्ष्मीर्महती समर्चयेत् अष्टादशभुजा मध्ये वामे चास्या दशानना दक्षिणेष्टभुजा लक्ष्मीर्महती समर्चयेत्.
So madhye ashtadashabhuja. So keep ashtadashabhuja. Who is ashtadashabhuja? Mahalakshmi. Madhye, she is, keep her in the center. Vame cha asyaha. This is the very important word here. To her left, place Dashanana. To her left, place Mahakali, the one with 10 face. That is Mahakali. Dakshineshta bhuja. Lakshmi, the Dakshineshta, the Dakshinehe Ashtabhuja. Ashtabhuja is Mahasaraswati. She will be on her right. Okay. Now comes our, just 2 verses back, what did we say? When will the Dakshina right of Mahalakshmi become also the south?
No, all the north.
Dakshina means south and right. Both of these have to be satisfied.
That means
Dakshina,
She is facing
She's
east.
facing.
when she faces west, that is when her right will become south.
No.
No,
I will explain. You are confused. No, her right will be. No, when she faces west, her left will
Her
become
left.
south. Yeah, left
That
will
is
be
our right will become
south.
south.
Yeah.
Correct, sorry.
Yeah.
Our right will become south only when she faces west. Not
So here, this I will explain this. So when the previous verse we explained that she is facing west, and Mahakali is on her left side, right? And Mahasaraswati is on her right side.
Right.
So that is how we, right? So when that is what
on
we
her
explained.
left.
On her.
On her left.
No, Mahakali on her. We already said that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we said that Mahakali on the left and Mahasaraswati is on the
On
right.
her
On her right when she is facing the west.
Yes.
Because we said that, because that previous verse said Dakshina Uttaraha, right? So here the Dakshina is when she is facing the west, the Dakshina becomes her left side and Uttara becomes right side. So that's what we. So you have to remember that she is facing west, she is in the center, and Mahakali is on her left and Mahasaraswati is on her right. So now this verse is still confirming the same thing. So Ashtadasha Bhuja Madhye, she is in the center as the Ashtadasha Bhuja as the center, and Vame means on her left side. Asyaha Vame means on her left side. Dashanana. Who is Dashanana? Who has 10? Who is 10 head or 10 faces? Mahakali. So on her left side is Mahakali, and Dakshine on her right side. Dakshina is the Ashtabhuja Lakshmi. Ashtabhuja, who is Saraswati. So this reconfirms what was said before, so that there should be no confusion as to how she is. You understand very clearly? Like on the left side
Mahakali.
will be Mahakali, right hand will be the right side with the Mahasaraswati, and she is facing west. So these three are, and also the previous, normally when it is given that left and right, the perspective should be always to the Devi. Unless it is specifically said that it is your left and right, we should generally assume that it is the left and right. So even the previous verse, we have to, you can apply in that perspective also.
That means
Hmm?
when
We have to face east.
we have to face
When you do puja, you face east. That is the
That's the rule.
primary rule. Okay.
In perspective of Mahalakshmi, on the right side is
Saraswati.
On her
Mahasaraswati.
right is
We are
Mahasaraswati.
having the
Pictures different, right? Usually Mahakali, the pictures that we see is Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati.
But it should be
has to be
Mahasaraswati.
altered.
Yeah.
It should be Mahasaraswati, Mahalakshmi and Mahakali. Somebody drew it somewhere without understanding this.
Yeah.
Somebody painted it that way and that picture is going like, one after another. So now when we understand the verse, now we know how we have to
Visualize.
That is why artists have to actually know the text very well. Artist imagination will be like he can imagine anything.
Because you say Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, artists will imagine Mahakali, Mahasaraswati.
Because that is the Charitra Avatara. First she comes as Mahakali, then Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati. Immediately they start. But when you're an artist and when you're actually doing these Puranic, the authenticity will be given. You have to understand the technicalities first. Only then you should start drawing and painting.
No,
Yes.
because most of, see for example, when you are reading or writing, how do you read or write? From the left to the right. But there are some who read from the right to the left. So if an artist was born from that perspective, he was reading right to left, he would have correctly drawn. No, I'm just saying, because it's a random thing. It's so
Nowadays,
random.
see, this is why in Agama Shastra, when Shilpis, they do Vigraha of Devatas for the temples and everything, they would know the Sanskritam, and they would have all the knowledge of how the Devata has to be. They would know they would first study the Dhyana Shloka of the Devata. They would not just start doing the carving and everything right away. They would have so much knowledge about Vastu and how the Devata is described and everything. Only then the carving will be done. That is why in the temple, that is when the Sanidhyam will also happen. When you go to the temple, when some temples are really, you feel that the energy is there, that means everything has been perfectly done according to the text. But artists nowadays, there are, when you start painting at homes and everything. In fact, we saw recently, I wanted to get a Panchapretasana Sina, right? In the Panchapretasana, there was
Like
a beautiful Tanjavur
shop.
painting.
Yeah.
It was very exquisitely done.
It was in a shop where we went to a
Actually,
jewelry
I
shop.
went and I was looking for it, and I very beautifully, very expensively done. Okay,
Very, very excellent. The way it was
excellent.
done.
In the Panchapretasana, there were only 4 pretas. Okay,
The Sadashiva was.
the Sadashiva was completely missing. And I don't know.
So we
there
did not buy only because of
the right away, there is a mistake there, right? Whereas the artist who did that had no clue. They just look at the beauty of the picture and
because what is the 4 legs? It's coming, but what is under the, like a palaka or a
that was completely
fifth one is
missing.
Sadashiva palaka, right? So which is a plank. So that plank, they might have just thought it is just any plank where she is sitting.
So if you would want to buy something like this, any particular Devata's picture, please at least you know about it and then go look for it to buy. Okay, because you don't know how much authentic it is. There is no point in spending so much of money on something which is not even holding it. Yeah. So anyway, we are digressing.
Yeah.
But this is now you understood we have to face east. Devata Mahalakshmi has to face west, and it is Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati.
Can you talk about the Mithuna Triangle? So Virinchi and Soraya is in the middle. As we have seen to their Abada is Lakshmi Rishi.
Yeah. So here it's not given clearly, like from whose perspective. So if we assume that it is the perspective of the Devi, it will be to the right of that Mahasaraswati and left of Mahasaraswati. Gauri will be on the right, and Saraswati will be on the left. So we will confirm this, what perspective, like later. Ashtadashabhuja Chaisha
Ashtadashabhuja Chaisha Ashtadashabhuja Chaisha
Yada Pujya Naradhipa
Yada Pujya Naradhipa Yada Pujya Naradhipa
Ashtadashabhuja Chaisha Yada Pujya Naradhipa
Ashtadashabhuja Chaisha Yada Pujya Naradhipa Ashtadashabhuja Chaisha Yada Pujya Naradhipa
Dashanana Chashtabhuja
Dashanana Chashtabhuja Dashanana Chashtabhuja
Dakshino Tarayostada
Dakshinottarayostada Dakshinottarayostada
Dasha. We already finished this, right?
No, we didn't.
Dashanana Chashtabhuja Dakshino Tarayostada
Dashanana Chashtabhuja Dakshinottarayostada Dashanana Chashtabhuja Dakshinottarayostada Ashtadashabhuja Chaisha Yada Pujya Naradhipa Dashanana Chashtabhuja Dakshinottarayostada Ashtadashabhuja Chaisha Yada Pujya Naradhipa Dashanana Chashtabhuja Dakshinottarayostada.
So in the previous verse, I didn't tell you Lakshmir Mahatiti Samarchayet. I skipped that, right? So now you understood the Dakshine Ashtabhuja and everything. Lakshmi hi Mahati iti Samarchayet. While keeping Mahakali and Mahalakshmi on the Dakshina and Vama and everything, this Mahalakshmi who is in the center, she should be worshipped as the bigger one. Mahati means one position higher, one step higher. So she should be given the primary importance, that Mahalakshmi. This is how the puja has to be done. Okay. Now come to the next one. Ashtadashabhuja Chaisha Cha Yesha. Yesha means this way. This Ashtadashabhuja, this Mahalakshmi has to be, when puja is done this way to Mahalakshmi, O Naradhipa, O King, Dashanana and Cha Ashtabhuja, Mahakali and Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati and Mahalakshmi, when they are done worshipped this way, Dakshinaha Uttarayoho Tada, at that time, again south and north, Kala Mrityucha Sampujyau, the Kala Devata and Mrityu Devata, they also have to be worshipped. Okay, for what? Sarva Arishta Prashantaye, to calm down all the Arishta means troubles and obstacles and everything. Okay, they also have to be worshipped. When you are worshipping this way, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati. So on the Dakshinaha, again the south direction, and the north direction, you have to, south will be Kala Devata and north will be Mrityu Devata. Okay.
So Ashtadashabhuja, you said?
Did we do the Kala Mrityu Sollalla?
No,
I'm
we are
so
not.
sorry.
What is
So
the
that has
difference
to be.
between Kalan and Mrityu? Like,
They are
because
two.
we always see it as Yaman as one. Kalan, right?
No, both are different.
Both are different. They
One is the Kala or the time. Yeah.
Okay.
time and
One is
Mrityu.
giving the time, the other is your time is up.
We don't have it in our puja. Kalan.
You have to check the Avarana Puja. Maybe we don't. Kala Mrityu. I will tell you.
We'll tell you. Yeah. So we'll continue.
Yeah.
Kala Mrityu cha Sampujyau
Kala Mrityu cha Sampujyau कालमृत्यु च सम्पूज्यौ
सर्वारिष्टप्रशान्तये
सर्वारिष्टप्रशान्तये सर्वारिष्टप्रशान्तये
कालमृत्यु च सम्पूज्यौ सर्वारिष्टप्रशान्तये
कालमृत्यु च सम्पूज्यौ सर्वारिष्टप्रशान्तये कालमृत्यु च सम्पूज्यौ सर्वारिष्टप्रशान्तये
यदा चाष्टभुजा पूज्या
यदा चाष्टभुजा पूज्या यदा चाष्टभुजा पूज्या
शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी
शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी
यदा चाष्टभुजा पूज्या शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी
यदा चाष्टभुजा पूज्या शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी यदा चाष्टभुजा पूज्या शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी कालमृत्यु च सम्पूज्यौ सर्वारिष्टप्रशान्तये यदा चाष्टभुजा पूज्या शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी कालमृत्यु च सम्पूज्यौ सर्वारिष्टप्रशान्तये यदा चाष्टभुजा पूज्या शुम्भासुरनिबर्हिणी
नवास्याशक्तयः पूज्याः
नवास्याशक्तयः पूज्याः नवास्याशक्तयः पूज्याः
So navasyaha shaktayaha pujyaha. So when we combine navasyaha and shaktayaha become navasyash, that ish sound will come before shakti. Then shaktayaha pujya, shaktayaf if sound will come before pujya. Tada rudra vinayakau
तदा रुद्रविनायकौ तदा रुद्रविनायकौ
navasyashaktayah pugyas tada rudra vinayakau
नवास्याशक्तयः पूज्याः सदा रुद्रविनायकौ नवास्याशक्तयः पूज्याः सदा रुद्रविनायकौ
नमो देव्या इति स्तोत्रैः
नमो देव्या इति स्तोत्रैः नमो देव्या इति स्तोत्रैः
महालक्ष्मीं समर्चयेत्
महालक्ष्मीं समर्चयेत् महालक्ष्मीं समर्चयेत्
स्तोत्रैः महालक्ष्मीं स्तोत्रैर् महालक्ष्मीं. So the visarga changes to ir sound. नमो देव्या इति स्तोत्रैर् महालक्ष्मीं समर्चयेत्
नमो देव्या इति स्तोत्रैर्महालक्ष्मीं समर्चयेत् नमो देव्या इति स्तोत्रैर्महालक्ष्मीं समर्चयेत् नवास्याशक्तयः पूज्याः सदा रुद्रविनायकौ नमो देव्या इति स्तोत्रैर्महालक्ष्मीं समर्चयेत् नवास्याशक्तयः पूज्याः सदा रुद्रविनायकौ नमो देव्या इति स्तोत्रैर्महालक्ष्मीं समर्चयेत्.
So the Kalamrityu cha Sampujyo Sarvarishta Prashantaye is a continuation of the previous two verses. Okay, that's how the meaning will be complete. When we do the puja like this to Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati, Kala and Mrityu should be placed on the south and north and to calm down the Arishta, every Arishta. Now comes the second line. The next three lines will complete the meaning. So we will take the second line of that verse. Yada Ashtabhuja Pujya Shumbhasura Nibarhani. When this Ashtabhuja, who is the killer of Shumbhasura, is worshipped like this, worshipped, Navasyaha Asyaha Nava Shaktayaha. This Mahalakshmi is, Chandika Mahalakshmi is Nava Shaktis. Who are they? Prathamam Shailaputri cha, Dvitiyam Brahmacharini, Dvitiyam Chandraghanteti, Kushmandeti Chaturthakam, Panchamam
Mata iti.
iti cha, Saptamam Kalaratri chi, Mahagauri iti Chashtamam, Navadurgaha, right? All those Navadurgas, you have to do puja to them also. Okay? The Asyaha Navashaktayaha, her Navashaktis also have to be done puja, and also Rudra and Vinayakau. They also have to be worshipped. And Namo Devyaha iti stotraihi. How do you do the puja? You do the puja using the stotra, starting with Namo Devyai, Mahadevyai, right? You know the stotra.
So you have to use the Devi Suktam for the puja.
For doing the puja, and this is how Mahalakshmi should be samarchayeta. Archana should be done to her.
They've said like Navasya Shakti வந்து Ashtamatrika plus Shivaduti போட்டு 9 பேர்.
But generally it is here the commentators have talked about the Shailaputri.
Shailaputri. Navadurga is what they are talking about.
So all of them will be placed one behind the other.
In the altar, yeah, everybody will
altar,
be kept
yeah.
in the altar. Yeah.
See, either you do the murtis, these murtis have to be placed, but the Navashakti and all, you don't have to essentially place the murtis. You have to invoke them. You have
If
to
you
do
have the
puja
9
also.
Durgas, you can place. Otherwise, mentally you can imagine.
You can imagine.
Yeah.
See, I was talking about Calcutta, Durga Puja, Pandal and all, they do the murtis, right? Some of the places you will see all of them to be placed in this way.
Yeah.
The artists there know
Bengal, Calcutta, they all
know.
Saptashati,
So
right?
so they will do exactly.
They all know Durga, Saptashati is very popular there. So they'll know the meanings and they will do it accordingly.
Yes.
The Rudra Vinayaka. The Rudra is the same as the Rudra and the Gauri, or does it mean that we have to do
So basically, the Archana, the Stotra you have to also
do puja for Rudra
them.
And Vinayaka.
At least a Panchopachara Puja or something like that.
So there will be the Rudra or the Shivamurti or Rudra Linga. You have to do puja. It will be kept separately. And then you have also a Vinayaka should also be there.
Yeah.
So these are all like.
They will all be, Shiva will be there in Durga Puja.
Durga Puja, Shiva will be there. Vinayaka will also be there.
Vinayaka will also be there.
Yeah.
And they are all in front of the
Dakshina and Uttara. Rudra Vinayaka are on the south direction and north direction. They have given.
To the Ashtadasha Puja. With reference to Ashtadasha Puja. Yeah.
Okay.
Esha Sampujita Bhaktya. No, that is yeah. Trayarchayam. Stotra mantras tadashrayah. Avatatratrayarchayam stotra mantras tadashrayah. Ashtadashabhuja Chaisha. Puja Mahishamardini. Ashtadashabhuja Chaisha Puja Mahishamardini.
अवतारत्रयार्चायां स्तोत्रमन्त्रास्तदाश्रयाः अष्टादशभुजा चैषा पूज्या महिषमर्दिनी
महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली
महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली
सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती
सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती
महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती
महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती
ईश्वरी पुण्यपापाणाम्
ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानाम् ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानाम्
सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी
सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी
ईश्वरी पुण्यपापाणाम् सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी
ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानाम् सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानाम् सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानाम् सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानाम् सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी.
So avatara trayarchayam, avatara, these are the three avataras, right? Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Trayaha, the three avataras. When they are done puja, archaya means when the puja
Archana,
worshipping is
Archana,
being done, how should you do? Stotra mantraha. When you are doing worshipping them with the stotra and mantra, they have to be tat ashrayaha. They have to be with respect to that avatara. Like with using Mahalakshmi's stotra, you cannot do puja to Mahakali. Mahasaraswati's mantras you should not use for Mahalakshmi or Mahakali.
You have to be specific.
So you have to be specifically, you have to use the respective stotras and mantras. How will you do? So basically, Mahakali will be worshipped using the Ratri Suktam. I have told you 4 suktas are very important here. They are the stutis. So Ratri Suktam is for Mahakali. You have to use that. For Mahalakshmi, the 4th chapter, you have to start from not Chakradaya.
The second line.
From the second verse. Devyaha yaya tatavidam the Jagadatma Shaktya. The first verse only says that the Devas started praising her.
Started praising and they had this.
No,
even for
Chakradi
Stuti.
Stuti, first how does it say? Shakradaya Suragana Nihateti Virye, right? That first verse only explains
how they are
prostrating.
Yeah.
Now the Deva started to say that is not a stuti for Devi. The second verse, how did they start? Devya yaya tadabidam jagadatma shaktya.
See, first verse is actually talking about what they are doing and how they are doing, which is they are totally falling on the feet, like having this Ashtanga Namaskara. So that is how they are doing. And because of their extreme happiness, they had that halipulation. What is that? Horripulation. Yeah, their hairs were all like standing up. All the hairs in their body. Yeah, charu dehaha. And then they had a beautiful shining. Not just the face, but the entire body was shining because of their extreme happiness. That is just telling how they are doing the prayer. So they are doing the prayer. They are falling fully flat, like doing the total surrender, and they are feeling this extreme happiness, and they have this horripulation. What is it? I don't know. That horripulation, right? Like where their hair is taut or standing straight. Goosebumps. Yeah, like goosebumps. So they because of their extreme happiness. And how they start the prayer, Devya Jaya Tatamidam. So that is why the
second verse you have to start doing the use the stotra from the second verse. Similarly for
so we can, if you are doing, you can also do the prayer with that bhava in your mind, with that happiness in your mind, and with that total surrender in your mind.
So the first verse will show you how you
are going to do,
how your bhava has to be.
Yeah.
Similarly, in the 11th chapter for Mahasaraswati, the first line, first verse, Devya hate tatra mahasurendre, Sendraha, Suraha, Manni Purogamastam. All the devas starting from Manni Devata, Agni Devata, they all started to tell
Praise.
her how are they, Vikashi, Bhaktrabja. Their face became like a lotus, like a bloomed lotus, and shining. So that is the happiness you should have, that bhava you should get. And then from the second verse you will start doing the stotra for Mahasaraswati. Devi Prapannarti Hare Prasida Mataha Jagatokhilasya. So from there you will start for Mahasaraswati.
So even when you say the first one, it is to make you have that bhava in you. So the prayer comes from the next. That is why it is. So you have to understand from that context. It is not that one doesn't mean anything. One is telling you how, and what are you doing, how are you doing, how you should be having the bhavana in your mind.
So this is how the stotra and mantra has to be tadashraya. They have to be with respect to that devata. And then Ashtadashabhuja cha esha pujya mahishamardini. So this 18-handed Ashtadashabhuja Mahalakshmi has to be worshipped. This Mahishamardini Ashtadashabhuja Mahalakshmi also has to be worshipped this way. And then Mahalakshmi Mahakali Sa Yeva Prokta Saraswati Ishwari Punya Papanam Sarvaloka Maheshwari. In all this worship, this Mahalakshmi is the Sarva Ishwari. She is the, you have to have that bhava. When you come to her, she is the empress. She is the supreme of all these. So that for the Chandika Upasakas, Mahalakshmi is the most supreme power there. Okay, that bhava also you have to have.
Namo Devi, this Stotre Mahalakshmi Samachayaki.
Yeah.
That one is for all the three or only for Mahalakshmi?
That is also for Mahalakshmi. So again, the Devi Suktam is very specific to Chandika Adya Lakshmi. That is for the Adya Lakshmi, Turiya. Okay. But when you come to Devata, Ashtadashabhuja Mahalakshmi, it is only through the Madhyama Charitra.
So if you are chanting in order, then you start with Namo Devi or?
No. So the way it is, so this sloka, this gives, it's not confusing, but I will slightly, you might get confused with what is this Mahalakshmi, who is the Ashtadasha Bhuja, who has the 18 hands, who is in the second chapter, and what is the relationship of that Mahalakshmi to the Adya Lakshmi, or the Supreme, whose manifestations or whose parinama or the derivatives are these Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. Right? That is the first from that perspective. So in this shloka, for a Chandi Upasaka, they do puja to the Mahakali at the center, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati. All the three they are doing puja. So when you do the puja, that Mahalakshmi, who is where you do from the like the Shakradaya Stuti, Devyaya Tatamidam, you do that puja to that Mahishasura Mardini. That because after the Mahishasura Vadha, immediately the fourth chapter in the Madhyama Charitra is how they are praising this particular Ashtadasha Bhuja Mahalakshmi, right? So normally the Devi Suktam is for Chandika Mahalakshmi. So you have the 11th for the Mahasaraswati, you have the from the 11th chapter, and the Devi Suktam Namo Devya iti Stotrehi is for the Chandika Mahalakshmi. But this is where it's very interesting. This is the usage as well, because this is how it has been done for traditionally for long time, is that this Mahalakshmi, if you see, go back to the Rahasya also, Chandika Mahalakshmi ordered Mahakali and Mahasaraswati. Did she do anything to Mahalakshmi? Nothing. So she herself became that Ashtadasha Bhuja Mahalakshmi. So she just transformed herself into that. It was not even having to saying that it cannot be like she orders. If she ordered to create something else, then you can have two. Now it is not even two, it is that Chandika Mahalakshmi. She just changed, she just put like a different dress and then appeared differently. Makeup, a different makeup, but she is the same. So that is why in the Chandika Upasana, this Mahalakshmi Upasana becomes the primary Pradhana Upasana. So this is what is in practice. So this Mahalakshmi Upasana, which is the Mahalakshmi with the Vishnu, right? That with the next, not the Chandika Mahalakshmi, is now equated to that Chandika Mahalakshmi. So the Chandika Mahalakshmi, so they are no different. So that is why there are traditions where they will say that if you go to the Vishnu for, like say, there is a tradition, particularly in this Kolhapur Mahatmyam, like tradition, that when they go to the Tirupati for Lord Venkateshwara, but they pray for the wealth, but he cannot grant wealth because Lakshmi has to be there. So they go to this Kolhapur Mahalakshmi to get that wealth. So that is why there are many traditions where they do the puja to like the Balaji or the Krishna, and they do the Chandi, because Chandi is the Chandika Mahalakshmi, right? You know that Chandi is that Chandika Mahalakshmi. Who is this Mahalakshmi in the Madhyama Charitra, right? So that is why there has been tradition that they do puja to this Vishnu and they do the puja to the Chandi. So this is like these are all traditionally. So they are in the Mahatmyam or stories. So this is not like what these have been traditionally followed. So if you ask me the proof, I don't know, have the proof or something, but it is just that they are traditionally followed. But you have to understand this very well, because later on when you are going to explain like Ekenava, Madhyamena, it will be explained later. You will have to recall this, that this Ashtadasha Bhuja Mahalakshmi is the same as the Chandika Mahalakshmi. That is why the puja, the primary of this Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati, although there are three, who is it's like first among the equals. So they are equal, but who is the first among the equal? Mahalakshmi. So you have to understand this. Yeah.
No, this Namo Devya, to answer your question, Namo Devi, that Namo Devi, Mahadevi, that stotra is for the Adya Lakshmi along with her 9 Shaktis, I told you. Along with the, right? Namo Devya iti stotrehi Navasya Shaktayaha. The Asya Navashaktiyaha. Shaktayaha, you have to do puja using the Namo Devi Stotra. So that is why Vidyuddhama Samaprabha Mrgapati Skandasthita Bhejanam Kanyabhihi. All the Kanyas are also along with her.
So here the Kanyas are the Navadurga or the Navadurga. So that is the Adya Lakshmi is with the Navadurga.
Navadurgas. To that Adya Lakshmi along with her Navashakti, you use the Stotra Namo Devi Mahadevi. Make sense? Now for this Mahakali, it's the Ratri Suktam. Mahalakshmi, Ashtadashabhuja Mahalakshmi alone, you use the Chakradi Stuti, and then the Mahasaraswati, you use the 11th Narayani Stuti. So now that clarifies everything. So basically, in all of this, as he said, Mahalakshmi is the Pradhana Devata.
Ishwari Punya Papa, meaning?
Meaning yeah. Oh, I told you. So this why Mahalakshmi is the primary Mukhya Devata here, because she is the Ishwari, the Lord of all the Punyas and Papas, and also she is the Sarvaloka Maheshwari. She is the Empress for the entire world. So basically, some Upasakas, they feel that just doing by Upasana, Puja to Mahalakshmi, I'm still covering all the three.
So together. I don't have to do. So they many don't do for other two gods.
For other two.
They will just do for Mahalakshmi and finish.
Alone, because anyway, when I'm going to do to her, it means that the other two are going to bless me. Yeah. Right? So I don't have to do separately to all these people. Yeah. So that is how it is.
Yeah, that is why Ishwari Punya Papa Nam Sarvaloka Maheshwari. Mahishantakariyena Pujita sa Jagat Prabhu. Mahishantakariyena Pujita sa Jagat Prabhu.
Mahishantakariyena Pujita sa Jagat Prabhu. Mahishantakariyena Pujita sa Jagat Prabhu.
Pujaye Jagatam Dhatrim.
Pujaye Jagatam Dhatrim. Pujaye Jagatam Dhatrim.
Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam.
Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam. Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam.
Pujaye Jagatam Dhatrim. Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam.
Pujaye Jagatam Dhatrim. Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam. Pujaye Jagatam Dhatrim. Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam. Mahishantakariyena Pujita sa Jagat Prabhu. Pujaye Jagatam Dhatrim. Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam. Mahishantakariyena Pujita sa Jagat Prabhu. Pujaye Jagatam Dhatrim. Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam.
Argyadibhiralankaraihi. Gandhapushpaistathakshataihi. So this actually it's one full line. Arghya Adhibihi Alankaraihi Gandha Pushpaihi Tatha Akshataihi. So this is what we normally use for the puja. So these are all like, so when we say Alankaraihi Gandha, we'll say Alankarair Gandha. So ear sound. Argyadhibir Alankarair Gandha Pushpais Tatha Akshataihi.
Argyadibhiralankaraihi Gandha Pushpais Tathakshataihi. Argyadibhiralankaraihi Gandha Pushpais Tathakshataihi.
Dhupair Deepaischa Naivedyair.
Dhupair Deepaischa Naivedyair. Dhupair Deepaischa Naivedyair.
Nana Bhakshya Samanvitaihi.
Nana Bhakshya Samanvitaihi. Nana Bhakshya Samanvitaihi.
Okay, Naivedyaihi and Nana becomes Naivedyair Nana ir. Dhupair Deepaischa Naivedyair Nana Bhakshya Samanvitaihi.
Dhupair Deepaischa Naivedyair Nana Bhakshya Samanvitaihi. धूपैर्दीपैश्च नैवेद्यैर्नानाभक्ष्यसमन्वितैः अर्घ्यादिभिरलङ्कारैर्गन्धपुष्पैस्तथाक्षतैः धूपैर्दीपैश्च नैवेद्यैर्नानाभक्ष्यसमन्वितैः अर्घ्यादिभिरलङ्कारैर्गन्धपुष्पैस्तथाक्षतैः धूपैर्दीपैश्च नैवेद्यैर्नानाभक्ष्यसमन्वितैः.
So this Chandika from the second line of the 26th verse, that Chandika who is Jagadhatri, she is the holder of this entire universe, and who is also Bhaktavatsalam, who is with Vatsalyam, she is so fond of like a motherly affection towards her devotees. So who is that Chandika? When puja yena pujita, when puja is done to her, also who is the Mahishantakari, who is, so this is with reference to puja to Mahalakshmi. This when this Bhaktavatsalam, Jagadhatri, Mahishantakari, Chandika, when she is worshipped this way, how? Using Arghya Adibihi, then Alankaraihi.
Argyam, Achamaniyam, Adi means
Padyam,
all of
everything,
these,
all of
all the
that.
upacharas.
Then Alankarehi, when she is with all the
Yeah,
Alankaras,
decoration.
you decorate her with Gandha, Pushpa and Akshatai, and Dhupaihi with
Dhupa.
Dhupa, Deepa and Naivedyehi, Nana Bhakshya, variety of Bhakshanams, all the offerings, Naivedyams, Samanvitehi, all of them together. When anybody does this puja to her, who is the Mahishantakari, who is the Jagadhatri, and who is also Bhaktavatsala, that person becomes the Jagat Prabhu. He becomes the Lord of the entire universe.
It means he gets the Aishwaryam, everything
whatever he wants. Like.
Rudhiraktena balina.
Rudhiraktena balina. Rudhiraktena balina.
Mamsena Surayandripa.
Mamsena Surayandripa. Mamsena Surayandripa.
Rudhiraktena balina. Mamsena Surayandripa.
Rudhiraktena balina. Mamsena Surayandripa. Rudhiraktena balina. Mamsena Surayandripa.
Pranamacha maniyena.
Pranamacha maniyena. Pranamacha maniyena.
Chandanena sugandhina.
Chandanena sugandhina. Chandanena sugandhina.
Pranamacha maniyena. Chandanena sugandhina.
Pranamacha maniyena. Chandanena sugandhina. Pranamacha maniyena. Chandanena sugandhina. Rudhiraktena balina. Mamsena Surayandripa. Pranamacha maniyena. Chandanena sugandhina. Rudhiraktena balina. Mamsena Surayandripa. Pranamacha maniyena. Chandanena sugandhina.
Sakarpuraischa tambulaihi.
Sakarpuraischa tambulaihi. Sakarpuraischa tambulaihi.
Bhakti bhava samanvitaihi.
Bhakti bhava samanvitaihi. Bhakti bhava samanvitaihi.
Sakarpuraischa tambulair bhakti bhava samanvitaihi.
Sakarpuraischa tambulair bhakti bhava samanvitaihi. Sakarpuraischa tambulair bhakti bhava samanvitaihi.
Vamabhage grato devyaha.
Vamabhage grato devyaha. Vamabhage grato devyaha.
Chinna sirsham mahasuram.
Chinna shirsham mahasuram. Chinna shirsham mahasuram.
So Devyaha and Chinna, that Visarga will become Ish sound. Vamabhage grato Devyas Chinna Shirsham Mahasuram.
Vamabhage grato devyas chinna shirsham mahasuram. Vamabhage grato devyas chinna shirsham mahasuram. Sarvapuraischa tambulair bhakti bhava samanvitaihi. Vamabhage grato devyas chinna shirsham mahasuram. Sarvapuraischa tambulair bhakti bhava samanvitaihi. Vamabhage grato devyas chinna shirsham mahasuram.
So the previous verse talks about further Agyadibihi Alankarehi Gandhapushpe Satha Tathakshatehi Dhuper Deepesha Dhupa Deepa and everything. Again, the first line tells about how Bali should be offered. Nripa, again the Raja is being addressed. And then Pranam Achamaniyena
Rudhiraktena Balina Mamsena
Suraya Nripa is about, talks about the Bali and how it is to be offered by the Raja. And then Pranam Achamaniyena, do a namaskara along with Achamaniya, Chandanena, with the Chandana and Sugandhina, all the Vasana Dravyas. Sa Karpuraischa Tambulehi, you offer the Tambula, Karpura, Bhakti Bhava, Samanvitaihi. You understand now? I think most of you understand Sanskrit.
Yeah.
So all the Bhakti Bhava with the devotion and everything. Then comes the important one. Vama bhage agrato devyaha. Vama bhage agrata.
Pranam Achamaniya.
I told you. You do the Achamanaya and then Chandana and Sugandhina, Namaskara and everything. I said Tambulam, everything. Then comes Vama bhaga on the left of Devi, Agrato in front. Devi in front, left front of her. Devyaha. So Devyaha Vamabhage, left side of Devi, Chinda Shirsham Mahasuram. That Mahasura whose head was cut off. Okay. So the next one you have not said, right?
Yeah.
That Mahasura.
Pujayen Magisham Yena.
Pujayen Mahisham Yena. Pujayen Mahisham Yena.
Praptam Sayujyamishaya.
Praptam Sayujyamishaya. Praptam Sayujyamishaya.
Pujayen Mahisham Yena Praptam Sayujyamishaya.
Pujayen Mahisham Yena Praptam Sayujyamishaya. Pujayen Mahisham Yena Praptam Sayujyamishaya.
Dakshine Puratas Simham.
Dakshine Puratas Simham. Dakshine Puratas Simham.
Samagram Dharmamishwaram.
Samagram Dharmamishwaram. Samagram Dharmamishwaram.
Dakshine Puratas Simham. Samagram Dharmamishwaram.
Dakshine Puratas Simham. Samagram Dharmamishwaram. Dakshine Puratas Simham. Samagram Dharmamishwaram. Pujayen Mahisham Yena Praptam Sayujyamishaya. Dakshine Puratas Simham. Samagram Dharmamishwaram. Pujayen Mahisham Yena Praptam Sayujyamishaya. Dakshine Puratas Simham. Samagram Dharmamishwaram.
So on the left side is that Mahasuram whose head was cut off. That Pujayen Mahisham, that Mahishasura has to be worshipped because he got the Sayujyam Ishaya. Ishaya means Devi. Along he merged with Devi, who Praptam Sayujyam. He got the Sayujyam with Devi. So he became one with Devi. So that Mahishasura has to be worshipped.
That is why you see.
They mean worship the cut head of.
No,
That
that's
she holds that
Mahishasura.
Mahishasura's like
No, that
head.
Mahishasura will
Chinna
be.
the one whose head was cut. Chinna Sirsha means.
So the head is not
Head
being
is not-
worshipped. The Mahishasura
Sura is going.
who got the Sayujyam, the head did not get Sayujyam alone, right? Entire Mahishasura got Sayujyam.
Yeah, the entire Mahishasura in the hand. No. So here, how this also tells how she is. It's like what she is keeping in her hand, nearby her. No, she. Yeah. So if you see that head of that Mahishasura, like the slain one, is there, but it is not that you just worship that. Yeah.
Recently, I saw a picture where they only put the head of the Mahishasura.
No, they might have
the entire Trishula, she kills the Mahishasura.
Here, like she holds it. Yeah.
Even in Durga Puja and all, but the Pratima will show the entire Mahishasura only, all of him. That Mahishasura whose head was cut off and who also got the Sayujya with Devi. That's all. Okay, this is a translation of all the words. Now you can interpret whether she's having the head or body, torso, whatever. But this is what is said in
when most of the pictures of like how when the Mahishasura was slain, this is how it is depicted. Is that the Mahisha at the time normally the head of that Mahisha, there are other Puranic stories where he was a human and he got this. Then he gets the human head. So that is why here it is the head. It is not the Mahisha's like the buffalo head. It is the human head. That is how you have to remember. So she holds the human head here, but it is just that it is the entire Mahishasura.
Because Ashtabhuja, the 18 hands, she is not holding any shiras, right? But is there any 19th hand which she is holding? So Mahishasura is there. She is not holding him or anything.
She is there. Yeah.
That Mahishasura whose head was cut has to be placed on the left side. Who also attained why? And the next line gives why Mahishasura, because he got the Sayujya Padavi with Devi.
Dakshine.
Dakshine va? Okay. Yeah. Then comes, sorry, I missed the. Dakshine Purataha. Again, on the right side, Simham Samagram Dharmam Ishwaram. On the right front, who is the Samagram means who is the complete swarupa of the all the dharmas. So the Simha is the representation of dharma. Samagram dharmam. All the dharmas, the complete, all of the dharmas, and he is to be worshipped on the right side.
Vahanam pujaye devya.
Vahanam pujaye devya. Vahanam pujaye devya.
Dhritam yena characharam.
Dhritam yena characharam. Dhritam yena characharam.
Vahanam pujaye devya. Dhritam yena characharam.
Vahanam pujaye devya. Dhritam yena characharam. Vahanam pujaye devya. Dhritam yena characharam.
Kuryachastavanam dhimams.
Kuryachastavanam dhimams. Kuryachastavanam dhimams.
Tasya ekagramanasah.
Tasya ekagramanasah. Tasya ekagramanasah.
Kuryachastavanam dhimams. Tasya ekagramanasah.
Kuryachastavanam dhimams. Tasya ekagramanasah. Kuryachastavanam dhimams. Tasya ekagramanasah. Vahanam pujaye devya. Dhritam yena characharam. Kuryachastavanam dhimams. Tasya ekagramanasah. Vahanam pujaye devya. Dhritam yena characharam. Kuryachastavanam dhimams. tasya ekagramanasah.
So Dhiman and tasyaha become Dhimams, right? So it Dhimans, that it changes with that that im sound with the anunasika or the nasal im sound, and then is sound is coming because it is Dhiman and tasya.
So yaha, that person who is a Dhiman. Dhiman means who is very intelligent. Only intelligent person will actually attempt to do all these things because he wants to attain the higher goal, right? So that person who is a Dhiman, who is an intelligent person and who does the puja with ekagra manasaha, with one focus. What puja he does? He places Mahishasura on the left and Simham, who is the Dharma, Samagram Dharmam Ishwaram, that Simham on the right side, and who is also the Vahanam of Devi. This that Simham, the adjective Yena Characharam, Devyaha Dhritam Yena Characharam is an adjective for Simham, who is this entire Charachara he is holding, because he is a Dharma Swarupa and also being the Devi's Vahana, who the devotee has to do the puja with ekagra manasaha, with one
pointed devotion and focus. Tatah kritanjalir bhutva stuvita charitairibaihi tatah kritanjalir bhutva stuvita charitairimaihi ekena va madhyamena naike netarayoriha ekena va madhyamena naike netarayoriha charitardham tu na japet japam chidramavapnuyat. So it is japan chidra, japan, and japet and japa, that it will become ij in the sandhi. Charitardham tu na japet charitardham tu na japet japachidramavapnuyat. Japet japanchidram. So it is japet and japan chidram. So it's all sandhi. Japet japan chidram becomes japet japan chidram. That in sound has to come, which is with the nasal sound. Yeah. 2 times we have said. Yeah. Pradakshina namaskaran. Kritva murdhri kritanjalihi.
कृत्वा मूर्ध्नि कृताञ्जलिः
प्रदक्षिणा नमस्कारान् कृत्वा मूर्ध्नि कृताञ्जलिः
प्रदक्षिणा नमस्कारान् कृत्वा मूर्ध्नि कृताञ्जलिः प्रदक्षिणा नमस्कारान् कृत्वा मूर्ध्नि कृताञ्जलिः चरितार्थं पुनरेत् पञ्चीकृतमवाप्नुयात् प्रदक्षिणा नमस्कारान् कृत्वा मूर्ध्नि कृताञ्जलिः चरितार्थं पुनरेत् पञ्चीकृतमवाप्नुयात् प्रदक्षिणा नमस्कारान् कृत्वा मूर्ध्नि कृताञ्जलिः.
So, where did we stop? Ekagramanasah, right? Tatah kritanjalir bhutva. So, then, tatah, afterwards, kritanjalihi bhutva. Having a kritanjalihi means like holding your
Anjali.
with the namaskara mudra.
Like
Okay,
Anjali.
like an anjali. Stuvita charitaihi imaihi. Charitair imaihi is charitaihi plus imaihi. So, charitaihi means all the three charitras. Okay, it doesn't say charitaha. So you have,
Charitaihi is plural, means
plural.
three.
All the three charitras, when after
And
worshipping,
how you are doing Kritanjalihi, like this.
like this.
I tried, but it's very difficult to
For
hold
the, all
for
the charitras.
charitras.
So
Only for those three.
all the
No,
three
all the
charitras.
three. Entirely.
All the three charitras na entire Saptashati, right? So you who does the charitra parayana by using the Anjali mudra, and you have to say, you have to do the charitra parayana after this, after worshipping the devis with arghya, alankara, gandha, pushpa and everything. Then you start doing the charitra parayana. After that, ekena va madhyamena na ekena itarayah
Iha.
uh,
Itayoho.
itarayoho
Iha.
iha. Okay, so na ekena, this charitra should not be said just one.
Because you only have time for Prathama Charitra.
Prathama charitra,
So
I will
just-
say only one charitra. No, it should not be done. Ekena va madhyamena, sorry. When you want to do only one charitra, then you do the madhyama charitra. Okay.
If you,
If
because
want
you
to-
know why, right? I already explained. This is why I explained. This Chandika Mahalakshmi is a Mahalakshmi.
So after doing the puja, if do all the three charitras parayana, if not, at least do one charitra, which is the madhyama
Madhyama
charitra. So this one charitra parayana is important. Okay, and then
And if you, there is only one, you cannot say I will only do Uttara Charitra or only Prathama Charitra. If you are doing only one Charitra, it should be Madhyama Charitra.
Stuvita, say, do the stotra with the using the madhyama charitra. Then
Itayoha, not others.
itarayoho,
Means not first Charitra
first
or the
the
third
uttara
Charitra.
charitra, not the others.
Not the others. Itarayoha.
Then what is it? Charitardham tuna jape. So, but never ever do charita ardham, just half of it. I will just start, but I think I will start.
I am doing Madhyama Charitra, but I will do 1.5 of Madhyama, 3 chapters,
Madhyama
1.5,
Charitra.
and then we'll leave it.
Never ever do that. Okay. Charitardham.
It's okay.
Huh?
One day you're practicing.
No, I'm not talking about practice here. It is about puja here.
Practicing, learning is all different.
It is about
This
puja.
Puja or a part. When you are doing the puja of the murtis with the gandha pushpa dhupa, and then what is the this also becomes a part of the puja. Okay, the charitra parayana, but charitardham tu na japet, but never ever do the charita ardha, half of any charitra, because that japam chidram avapnuyat, because that will never give you any phala. What is the point in doing the ardha?
So there is no, like, it's not like you get a negative thing or anything, just that your 1.5 hours you wasted because chidram avaprayat. So it just gets wasted. The time gets wasted. Because of that.
You won't get any phala.
முன்னாடி when you chant the Narayani Sukta Mandalam பண்ணனா you have the palam of the Lord of the earth and we'll சொல்லிருக்கேன் இல்லையா.
So here Bhaskar Raya also says, if you are not doing the Charitra Parayana, at least do the stotra of 4 stutis.
4 stutis.
So Bhaskar Raya has answered your question here. He
No.
gives the commentary, especially
you do
at
the
this
Ratri,
point.
we already explained.
At least
Ratri
you do
Sukta.
by the stotra, you do it by the 4 stutis.
Guruji, slokam is the 7 separate main slokam.
Sapta Shloki, that is different. That is different.
Sapta Shloki is not a replacement for any of this.
It is independently you can do every day. That is a different one. Yeah. Which one is Pradakshina?
Pradakshina. Oh, did I say that?
Yeah,
so you have to do after this the Charitra Parayana, do the Pradakshina and Namaskara. This is why we gave the Pradakshina mantras, Namaskara mantras and Prarthana mantras, right?
At the end we are given.
So this is the pramana for that. So you have to do the Pradakshina and Namaskara. How do you do? Murdhni Kritanjalihi. Again with the Anjali.
But this Anjali is different. You have to keep
it on the Murdhni.
So when you do the Parayanam, it is like this. When you are doing the Pradakshina, Namaskara, you have to actually, they will say is, you keep this Anjali and you do the Pradakshina, you have to forget yourself. That is how you have to do.
See, in Tirupati and all, you would have seen Balaji, they all do the Murdhni Shirasanjali.
You do like this and then you have to.
This is all in practice.
Like this. You have to do like this and do that.
Pradakshina.
You forget yourself. Like to that extent, your Ekagar Chittam is there. Yeah.
Even in the temples, if you see, the Namaskara Murti will be there. Before the Kodi, right?
Yeah.
If you see in the floor, there will be one stone carving of a person who is doing a prostration. He will have his head on top of his, the hands will be on the top. That is how you should do even the Namaskara. So you keep the hands at the top of Murdhni Kritanjali.
Murdhni means on top of your head.
And then Atandritaha Kshamapaye Jagadhatrim Muhuru Muhuhu means again and again you ask for.
Yeah, at that time, yeah. Kshamapaye Jagadhatrim.
Kshamapaye Jagadhatrim. Kshamapaye Jagadhatrim.
Muhuratandritaha.
Muhuratandritaha.
Kshamapaye Jagadhatrim. Muhuratandritaha.
Kshamapaye Jagadhatrim. Muhuratandritaha. Kshamapaye Jagadhatrim. Muhuratandritaha.
Pratishlokam cha juhuyat.
Pratishlokam cha juhuyat. Pratishlokam cha juhuyat.
Payasam tilasarpisha.
Payasam tilasarpisha. Payasam tilasarpisha.
Pratishlokam cha juhuyat. Payasam tilasarpisha.
Pratishlokam cha juhuyat. Payasam tilasarpisha. Pratishlokam cha juhuyat. Payasam tilasarpisha. Kshamapaye Jagadhatrim. Muhuratandritaha. Pratishlokam cha juhuyat. Payasam tilasarpisha. Kshamapaye Jagadhatrim. Muhuratandritaha. Pratishlokam cha juhuyat. Payasam tilasarpisha.
So, Kshamapaye Jagadhatri. In that Jagadhatri, doing this Shirasanjali, you again and again seek Kshama. Again, that is why we do the forgiveness and Kshama Prarthana we say. Muhuhu Atandritaha means with Ekagra Chitta. Atandritaha means with Ekagra Chitta.
Like your Indriya or your senses are not taking you roaming around.
Indriya is under control. Yeah. Controlling your senses. Again and again, muhuhu means again and again seek for forgiveness. And then pratishlokam, now comes the homa, havana. Juhuyat means for the homa, how do you do? Pratishlokam, for every shloka you offer payasam tila sarpisha. Payasam along with tila. Okay, that is sesame seeds. So we mix
The
rice with
cooked in milk with sesame seeds.
Sesame seeds, and you do the homa juhuyat stotra mantraihi va. So this stotra becomes the mantra for that. The same stotra. That means this is the pramana for the entire Saptashati becoming a mantra. Stotra mantraihi va Chandikayai Shubham Havihi, and offer this to that Chandika as the Havis. Yeah. So this
this one, this talks about how we do the Havan. So there are two methods, like two types given here. One is that like the purified Havis, which is a purified Tilasarpisha Payasam, means the purified Tilasarpisha is the one which is mixed with the white sesame and the rice cooked in milk. So together you cook together, and you are also purifying it with, here it says purifying with mantra, but you also purify by adding ghee, and also you can purify by adding this turmeric powder, right? Like manjal or pasupu, you add, purify that. But here it also says it has to be purified with the mantra. So the mantra we are chanting, that continuously also purifies what we are offering. And or havis says. So havis here means any offering which is offered to the homa is called havis. So mainly the common usage for havis is that what we use for, like how we do this with the payasam, tilasarpisha, with the ghee and the with the turmeric powder. We call that as the havis. Yeah. But it could also mean other things, but that is how we do it. Juhuya stotra mantrairva.
Juhuya stotra mantrairva. Juhuya stotra mantrairva.
Chandikayai shubham havihi.
Chandikayai shubham havihi. Chandikayai shubham havihi.
Juhuya stotra mantrairva. Chandikayai shubham havihi.
Juhuya stotra mantrairva. Chandikayai shubham havihi. Juhuya stotra mantrairva. Chandikayai shubham havihi.
Bhuyo nama padair devim.
Bhuyo nama padair devim. Bhuyo nama padair devim.
Pudayet susamahitaha.
Pujayet susamahitaha. Pujayet susamahitaha.
Bhuyo nama padair devim. Pudayet susamahitaha.
Bhuyo nama padair devim. Pujayet susamahitaha. Bhuyo nama padair devim. Pujayet susamahitaha. Juhuya stotra mantrairva. Chandikayai shubham havihi. Bhuyo nama padair devim. Pujayet susamahitaha. Juhuya stotra mantrairva. Chandikayai shubham havihi. Bhuyo nama padair devim. Pujayet susamahitaha.
So the first line of this verse, the Pratishlokam cha Juhuyat, right?
Yeah.
In that it says every shloka you do the Juhuyat, you do the homa using the payasam and tilasarpisha, with the tila and payasa. Here the next Juhuyat stotra mantraihi va. Va means or, so it gives an option. Do the homa by offering shubham havihi, just a simple, the havis purified with the stotra mantra. Okay, so ordinary havis means the special havis for the havana could be payasam with tilasarpisha. Otherwise, only if say plain havis, that is just rice, if you are cooking it, you purify it just with the stotra mantra. That itself is an offering. It gets purified because of the charitra mantras. Okay.
That is why when we do, we make sure we use the payasam tilasar
We
pisha.
don't want
We
to-
also purify with the ghee and the turmeric
don't want to
powder,
have
and
any
also we
shortcomings.
purify with the mantras. So we do all of that. Although it
So-
says or, we do and.
See, what if you are somewhere where you can't get anything, right? But Havis is available. That still gets purified with the stotra mantra. So that is the option given. And main thing here is
What is to be done, like all the mantras, because we
Stotra
chant so many,
mantra,
right? From the Kunchika Stotram, we do Kavacha Margalam.
So the very clearly here the commentators say that the Homa has to be done only with the Charitra mantras,
from the seven.
not from the Kunchika Stotra.
You start with Markandeya Vacha Swaha only.
Only from the
First
Charitra,
chapter.
from the three Charitras are the Stotra mantras, not the first three, Kavachargala Kilakam or the Rahasya Trayam. Some people say that, oh, I know all of
I
this.
also know Kavacham
I
that
will
we
do extra, right?
Puja.
But that is Nishedham. That should not be done. And there is a story in the Puranas when Andhakasura, he tried to do the Homa using the
Kavacham Argalam with the
Kilakam
mantras.
and everything, those mantras, he got killed in the end by Shiva. So it is Nishedham. It should not be done.
Only the
Only the
700
Charitra
verses.
Parayanas has to be done.
So if you see, when we start the Chandi, we do the Chandi Homam, first we do the Kavacham Argalam Kilakam as a Parayanam, as a Stotram. But when we start the Homa, we just start on the first chapter only, we start with the Homa. You would have noticed when we do, right?
Yeah. So then, did we do the next one?
Prayataf Pranjalif Pranvaha. Prakhvaha. Yeah. Prayataf Pranjalif Prakhvaha.
Prayataf Pranjalif Prakhvaha. Prayataf Pranjalif Prakhvaha.
Pranamya Ropya Chatmani.
Pranamya Ropya Chatmani. Pranamya Ropya Chatmani.
Prayataf Pranjalif Prakhvaf. Pranamya Ropya Chatmani.
Prayataf Pranjalif Prakhvaf. Pranamya Ropya Chatmani. Prayataf Pranjalif Prakhvaf. Pranamya Ropya Chatmani.
Prayat, if sound should be important. Prayataf Pranjalif Prakhvaf. Pranamya Ropya Chatmani.
Prayataf Pranjalif Prakhvaf. Pranamya Ropya Chatmani. Prayataf Pranjalif Prakhvaf. Pranamya Ropya Chatmani.
Suchiram Bhavaye Disham.
Suchiram Bhavaye Disham. Suchiram Bhavaye Disham.
Chandikam Tanmayo Bhavet.
Chandikam Tanmayo Bhavet. Chandikam Tanmayo Bhavet.
Suchiram Bhavaye Disham. Chandikam Tanmayo Bhavet.
Suchiram Bhavaye Disham. Chandikam Tanmayo Bhavet. Suchiram Bhavaye Disham. Chandikam Tanmayo Bhavet. Prayataf Pranjalif Prakhvaf. Pranamya Ropya Chatmani. Suchiram Bhavaye Disham. Chandikam Tanmayo Bhavet. Prayataf Pranjalif Prakhvaf. Pranamya Ropya Chatmani. Suchiram Bhavaye Disham. Chandikam Tanmayo Bhavet.
So that person who does this namaskara again and again, and also he is doing with Kritanjalihi.
Bhuyo Nama Pader Devi.
So Nama Padehi. So again and again you are seeking her forgiveness. And
With
then
the names of Chandika's names. Yeah.
Invoking her with her
Different names.
And Prayataha Pranjalihi. So Prayataha means very Shuddha, like with pure heart, and Pranjalihi with also like Anjali
Like
Mudra.
Anjali, with the Anjali Mudra.
Prahvaha means very with humility. Not like, everything, you have understood her and everything, right? So with all the humility, pranamya aropya chatmani, like in the like heartfelt pranam, like namaskara. It's not like faking it out. Heartfelt namaskara, and you aropya means her swarupa. You keep a good dharana of her swarupa. Okay, so this person who does this pranjalihi with all the humility, he is completely that swarupa of Devi, he puts it in his mind very strongly. He's imagining her completely, it's imprinted in his mind. Suchiram, for a very long time, not like very now and then, for a very long time. You just take her swarupa and you do the dharana. You keep her inside strongly, firmly. Bhavayet suchiram bhavayet, you keep this dharana of her swarupa for a long time. Then he becomes Isham Chandikam Tanmayo Bhavet. He himself becomes Chandika herself. He gets the Sayujya with Chandika Devi. So this bhavana is very important for Chandika Devi, that for the devotee, how he has to do the upasana has to be done. Then Susamahitaha means with the ekagra chitta, with one focused mind, the sthira buddhi, not like wavering here and there, having doubts. Okay, am I doing it properly? Maybe I should not be doing this. I should follow that something else. Like, with sthira buddhi, you put all your buddhi and chitta into this with no wavering mind. And pujayet means do worship like this. Pujayetsu samahitaha, and prayataha pranjalihi, with the kritanjalihi and humility. So this bhavana is very important. Okay, when you do the puja.
Evam yaf pujayed bhaktya.
Evam yaf pujayed bhaktya. Evam yaf pujayed bhaktya.
Pratyaham parameshwarim.
Pratyaham parameshwarim. Pratyaham parameshwarim.
Evam yaf pujayed bhaktya. Pratyaham parameshwarim.
Evam yaf pujayed bhaktya. Pratyaham parameshwarim. Evam yaf pujayed bhaktya. Pratyaham parameshwarim.
Bhuktva bhogan yatha kamam.
Bhuktva bhogan yatha kamam. Bhuktva bhogan yatha kamam.
Devi sayujyamapnuyat.
Devi sayujyamapnuyat. Devi sayujyamapnuyat.
Bhuktva bhogan yatha kamam. Devi sayujyamapnuyat.
Bhuktva bhogan yatha kamam. Devi sayujyamapnuyat. Bhuktva bhogan yatha kamam. Devi sayujyamapnuyat. Evam yah pujayed bhaktya. Pratyaham parameshwarim. Bhuktva bhogan yatha kamam. Devi sayujyamapnuyat. Evam yah pujayed bhaktya. Pratyaham parameshwarim. Bhuktva bhogan yatha kamam. Devi sayujyamapnuyat.
So yaha, that person who does puja like this, worships her like this, bhakti, with all the bhakti. Pratyaham means every day. Prati aham parameshwarim, to that parameshwari who does the puja. Yatha kaman bhuktva kaman yatha kamam. So he will experience whatever he wishes for. Bhuktan, he will enjoy all his wishes, and whatever wishes he has, he will enjoy, and in the end, he will get the Devi's Sayujya also. That is, Devi Upasana yields bhoga and moksha.
So here, once again, we come back to the Mahatripa Sundari, that this Chandika Mahalakshmi is none other than that Mahatripa Sundari. They are the same, because we know that Mahatripa Sundari gives the bhoga and moksha. Bhogascha mokshascha karascha geva Sundari Pungavanam, right? So for those who, Sundari is the Mahatripa Sundari, and the same phalan is given for this Mahalakshmi's puja, which is this Chandika Mahalakshmi's puja, which is Bhuktva Bhogan Yatha Kamam Devi Sayujya Mapnuya. Devi Sayujya means that moksha. Yona Pujayate Nityam.
Yona Pujayate Nityam. Yona Pujayate Nityam.
Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam.
Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam. Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam.
Yoda Pujayate Nityam Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam.
Yona Pujayate Nityam Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam. Yona Pujayate Nityam Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam.
Bhasmi Krityasya Punyani.
Bhasmi Krityasya Punyani. Bhasmi Krityasya Punyani.
Nirdahet Parameshwari.
Nirdahet Parameshwari. Nirdahet Parameshwari.
Bhasmi Krityasya Punyani Nirdahet Parameshwari.
Bhasmi Krityasya Punyani Nirdahet Parameshwari. Bhasmi Krityasya Punyani Nirdahet Parameshwari. Yona Pujayate Nityam Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam. Bhasmi Krityasya Punyani Nirdahet Parameshwari. Yona Pujayate Nityam Chandikam Bhaktavatsalam. Bhasmi Krityasya Punyani Nirdahet Parameshwari.
So Yona Pujayate, that person who doesn't do the puja Nityam every day, to this Bhaktavatsala Chandika, to this Vatsalya Gunamika Chandika, what does he get? What does she do to him? All the punyas are
Burnt.
Bhasmi. They are turned into ashes. And Nirdahet means they are again Bhasmi. Nirdahet means
they become like
crushed like Bhasma. That all their punyas become crushed like Bhasmas. Okay.
Whatever punyas they have brought.
No, don't be worried, okay? Don't be worried. Oh, what if I don't do? My punya will be Bhasma. That's not how you should take this. So let us get into a deeper thing. Actually, in Ashrama, we have discussed about this a lot. So our elders have always
so the thing is, the punya papa, the discussion about that it's a very big topic. What punya? So the punya which we have already got, whether in this Janma or previous Janma, so we already accumulate. So it is like if you have to give an example of what normally people understand, is like a bank account, like a bank balance. So you deposit more, then you get the deposit increases. So then you can, for your enjoyment, you can withdraw that money, right? Because then when you withdraw, when you enjoy or get the bhoga, what happens? The deposit comes down because you are withdrawing it, because it will not stay. So when you start with this, so you had lot of punya. It is like somebody is inherited. So already his bank balance is very high. He has not worked any hard or anything, but he has already a big balance because he got it from his inheritance. From the punya perspective, he has a purva janma karma which he has done. So he when he's born, he is born with all that punya. Because he is with that punya, he keeps on enjoying, and he thinks that because he is still enjoying, it is still unending, like he gets all that he is able to withdraw complete, right? But he doesn't realize that it is coming down.
Yeah.
That punya is coming down, he doesn't realize. But when it is fully down, then he will start realizing the effect of it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So because when you have that bhoga, or you are in the enjoyment, it's reducing the punya karma. So how do we increase that punya karma? Is that previous verse, right? You have said every day you do the punya, but you are not, you do the Devi Mahatmyam or the puja, so your punya increases, or the balance increases, your punya's balance increases. But if you are not doing yona pujayate nityam, if you are not doing, what happens? It is the coming down is always there. Because we are in this life, means you have to eat food. Even getting that food we are having today, it is because of that punya karma. Because you have to imagine how many are not even having that simple for meal, which we may think it is very simple, but for them that is the highest thing in the ever, is that one meal is also important for so many. We have to understand how important it is. So then we know that is the punya. But to continue that, he says, Bhasmi Krityasya Punyani, here is that bank balance is gone. Because you are not increasing it. So that is what it means.
There is another interpretation here. Yona pujayate nityam. So when a person has punya, he is doing puja every day. That is why he is able to get into this devoted way of life, spiritual life. When will he stop doing it? Towards the end of his life. Right? So when he is going to finish, the life is going to come to an end, he is no more able to do the puja to Devi. At that time, she relieves him of that pain. How long will he be in this world not able to do puja? Because of his punya karma, he is still living. He is enjoying. His material life is keeping him in the earth. So she is turning his punya karma into ashes so that he can be relieved of this earthly life, and she takes him into her abode.
So because our Shastras, so this is the most important part which Akhilaji just mentioned of this punya. So in our life, you need the punya because to get the bhoga. But at that time when somebody moksha happens, or like not the moksha happens in living. Somebody is actually breathing their last. So they are not even in this world. At that time, what will happen is, based on whatever balance they have, whether it could be punya or papa, if there is a negative, they go with an overdraft or negative, right? At that, they pass away with negative balance, which is papa. Then they will have to take a life to make sure that that negative is removed. But, and also, if they die with a punya balance also, still they will not get Sayujyam.
Moksha will not happen.
Because they have to take one more life where they fully all that punya or the balance, they have to spend themselves. It's not that you may think that all the money I have has been given to my children, all that, so it is gone. So it is still not God. Because that balance is still there. The punya karma
take a rebirth.
It will make you take a rebirth to get. So what Devi, that is why she says Devi is having that vatsalyam, and because of that vatsalyam towards her bhakta, or she is like a mother, right?
Yeah.
So she says, if this person is dying with some balance of punya also, this is going to be a problem for him. But I have to give him a sayujya padavi. So let me relieve him of that also by burning all the punya, which whatever he has balance, so that it is all done, nullified. Then he can get the sayujya padavi. So this is the, in fact, the second.
So you feel better now, right?
No. So that is the good thing is this Dirdagayat Parameshwar at that time they cannot do like the puja. So that is what it means. But when you are living, you have to do puja every day. So that is the next sloka here. Tasmat pujaya bhupala.
Tasmat pujaya bhupala. Tasmat pujaya bhupala.
Sarvaloka Maheshwarim.
Sarvaloka Maheshwarim. Sarvaloka Maheshwarim.
Tasmat pujaya bhupala sarvaloka maheshwarim.
Tasmat pujaya bhupala sarvaloka maheshwarim. Tasmat pujaya bhupala sarvaloka maheshwarim.
Yathoktena vidhanena.
Yathoktena vidhanena. Yathoktena vidhanena.
Chandikam sukhamapsyasi.
Chandikam sukhamapsyasi. Chandikam sukhamapsyasi.
Yathoktena vidhanena chandikam sukhamapsyasi.
Yathoktena vidhanena chandikam sukhamapsyasi. Yathoktena vidhanena chandikam sukhamapsyasi. Tasmat pujaya bhupala sarvaloka maheshwari. Yathoktena vidhanena chandikam sukhamapsyasi. Tasmat pujaya bhupala sarvaloka maheshwari. Yathoktena vidhanena chandikam sukhamapsyasi.
So, hey Bhupala, the king, he is addressing, O king, Tasmat, that's why Sarvaloka Maheshwarim Chandikam, the Chandika, who is the entire, the Lord of the entire, all the worlds, Yathoktena, she has to be worshipped the way I told you just now.
Detailed worship.
The detailed worship, whatever I told you, if you vidhanena, if you
That
use
vidhi.
the vidhi of that, whatever
That
I
rule,
told you,
the detailed explanations of how the procedure manual or procedure given. Yeah.
Pujaya, he instructs Raja to do the puja.
That is why you have to do puja.
That is why, this is why you should do the puja as I told you, and then may you attain all the sukham apsyasi, means may you attain all the
happiness.
sukham, happiness you want. So with this, he finishes the Vaikrutika Rahasyam, and tomorrow will be with Devi's blessings, the last session for this batch of the series of
We
Devi
just have
Mahatmyam.
one
more,
Stotram also.
yeah.
We may have one or two class more later.
We will hope to finish
other ones, but now
tomorrow.
Tomorrow will be the Murti Rahasyam alone.
Rahasyam.
We'll do.
And then we'll also chant the Kunchika Stotram maybe.
No,
Tomorrow if possible, or we'll have
that will be another
separate
class, for Kunchika Stotram.
So today, can you please chant the Vaikrutika Rahasyam in full?
Trigunakamasi Devi Satvigya Trihodita Sa Sharva Chandika Durga Bhadra Bhagavati Vyate Yoga Nidra Hare Rukta Mahakali Tamo Guna Madhukaita Vanashartham Yam Tushtavam Bhujasana Dashavatra Dashabhuja Dashapadanjana Prabha Vishalaya Rajamana Trinshalochana Malaya Suradashanatam Shrasa Bhima Rupa Pidhumipa Rupa Saubhagya Kantinam Sapratishta Mahashriya Khadgabana Gada Shula Chakra Shankha Bhushan Vibhrit Parinam Karmukam Shirsham Nishyo Tatpruhiram Dadau Yesha Sa Vaishnavi Maya Mahakali Duratyaya Aradhita Vashi Kuryat Puja Kartuscharacharam सर्वदेव शरीरेभ्यो याभिर्भूतामितप्रभा त्रिगुणा सा महालक्ष्मी साक्षात् महिषमर्दिनी श्वेतानना नीलभुजा सुश्वेतस्तनमण्डला रक्तमध्या रक्तपादा नीलजङ्घोरुरुन्मदा सुचित्रजनना चित्रमाल्याम्बरविभूषणा चित्रानुलेपना कान्तिरूपसौभाग्यशालिनी अष्टादशभुजा पूज्या सा सहस्रभुजा सती आयुधान्यत्र वक्ष्यन्ते दक्षिणादत्तरक्रमात् अक्षमाला च कमलं बाणो सिष्कुशितं गदा चक्रं त्रिशूलं परशुशङ्खो घण्टा च पाशकः शक्तिर्दण्डश्चर्मचापं पानपात्रं कमण्डलुः अलङ्कृतभुजा मे विरायुधैः कमलासनां सर्वदेवमयीमीशां महालक्ष्मीमिमां नृप पूजयेत् सर्वलोकानां सदेवानां प्रभुर्भवेत् गौरी देहात् समुद्भूता या सर्वैकगुणाश्रया साक्षात् सरस्वती प्रोक्ता शुम्भासुरनिवर्तिनी दधौ चाष्टभुजा बाणमुसले शूलचक्रभृत् शङ्खं घण्टां लाङ्गलं च कार्मुकं वसुधाधिप एषा सम्पूजिता भक्त्या सर्वज्ञत्वं प्रयच्छति निशुम्भमथिनी देवी शुम्भासुरनिवर्तिनी इत्युक्तानि स्वरूपाणि मूर्तीनां तव पार्थिव उपासनं जगन्मातुः पृथगासां निशामय महालक्ष्मीर्यदा पूज्या महाकाली सरस्वती दक्षिणोत्तरयोः पूज्ये पृष्ठतो मिथुनत्रयम् विरञ्चिस्वरया मध्ये रुद्रो गौर्या च दक्षिणे वामे लक्ष्म्या ऋषिकेशः पुरतो देवतात्रयम् अष्टादशभुजा मध्ये वामे चास्या दशानना दक्षिणेष्टभुजा लक्ष्मीर्महती समर्चयेत् अष्टादशभुजा चैषा यदा पूज्या नराधिप दशानना चाष्टभुजा दक्षिणोत्तरयोस्तदा कालमृत्यु च सम्पूज्यौ सर्वारिष्टप्रशान्तये यदा चाष्टभुजा पूज्या शुम्भासुरनिवर्तिनी नवास्या शक्तयः पूज्यास्तदा रुद्रविनायकौ नमो देव्या इति स्तोत्रैर्महालक्ष्मीं समर्चयेत् अवतारत्रयार्चायां स्तोत्रमन्त्रास्तदाश्रयाः अष्टादशभुजा चैषा पूज्या महिषमर्दिनी महालक्ष्मीर्महाकाली सैव प्रोक्ता सरस्वती ईश्वरी पुण्यपापानां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी महिषान्तकरी येन पूजिता स जगत्प्रभुः पूजयेत् जगतां धात्रीं चण्डिकां भक्तवत्सलाम् अर्घ्यादिभिरलङ्कारे गन्धपुष्पैस्तथाक्षतैः धूपैर्दीपैश्च नैवेद्यैर्नानाभक्ष्यसमन्वितैः रुधिराक्तेन बलिना मांसेन सुरया नृप प्रणामाचमनीयेन चन्दनेन सुगन्धिना सकर्पूरैश्च ताम्बूलैर्भक्तिभावसमन्वितैः वामभागे व्रतो देव्याश्चिन्नशीर्षं महासुरम् पूजये महिषं येन प्राप्तं सायुज्यमीशया दक्षिणे पुरतः सिंहं समग्रं धर्ममीश्वरम् वाहनं पूजये देव्या धृतं येन चराचरम् कुर्याच्चस्तवनं धीमां स्वस्या एकाग्रमानसः ततः कृताञ्जलिर्भूत्वा स्तुतितचरितैरिमैः एकेन वा मध्यमेन नैकेनेतरयोरिह चरितार्थं तु न जपेच्छिद्रमवाप्नुयात् प्रदक्षिणा नमस्कारान् कृत्वा मूर्ध्नि कृताञ्जलिः क्षमापये जगद्धात्री मुहुर्मुहुरहन्त्रितः प्रतिश्लोकं च जुहुयात् पायसं तिलसर्पिषा जुहुयात् स्तोत्रमन्त्रैर्वा चण्डिकायै शुभं हविः भूयो नाम परैर्देवीं पूजयेत् सुसमाहितः प्रयतः प्राञ्जलिः प्रणम्यारोप्य चात्मनि सुचिरं भावयेदीशां चण्डिकां तन्मयो भवेत् एवं यः पूजयेत् भक्त्या प्रत्यहं परमेश्वरीं भुक्त्वा भोगान् यथा कामं देवी सायुज्यमाप्नुयात् यो न पूजयते नित्यं चण्डिकां भक्तवत्सलां भस्मीकृत्यास्य पुण्यानि निर्गयेत् परमेश्वरी तस्मात् पूजय भूपाल सर्वलोकमहेश्वरी यथोक्तेन विधानेन चण्डिकां सुखमाप्स्यसि।
So with this we come to the conclusion of the Vaikrutika Rahasya, that is Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Chandika Mahalakshmi, then Mahakali and Mahasaraswati. Chandika Mahalakshmi is, as we said, Trigunatmika, right? The three gunas. She is the Sat Swarupa. Mahakali is the Ananda Swarupa and Mahasaraswati is the Chit Swarupa. So Sat, Chit, Anandam. All the three Devis are just like the gunas are brought out from the Adya Lakshmi, who is, she is a Nirguna Swarupa, Alakshya, right? But when they take the Saguna Swarupa of Mahalakshmi, Mahakali and Mahasaraswati, they have the Trigunas are also coming out or are appeared. They are known by their Trigunas and also by the Sat, Chit, Ananda Swarupa. So very important.
Because that is how the Brahman is explained as Satchitanandam or Sat Chit Anandam. So Sat is the pure
Mahalakshmi. Chandika Mahalakshmi.
Chandika Mahalakshmi is Satchit. She is together.
Adya Lakshmi is together. Satchidananda, Samashti Rupa. In the Vyashti Rupa, Mahalakshmi is the Sat, Mahasaraswati is Chit, and Mahakali is Ananda. So that is why she has the Panapatram also. Mahakali, if you see we said that in the yesterday's class. So that you should remember who are these. Just like the gunas you remembered very well. Tamo guna, Sattva guna, Rajo guna and everything. Even this part, Sat, Chitta, Anandam is also expressed by these three Devis. So with this,
and also the Mahalakshmi, Chandika Mahalakshmi is also this Mahalakshmi of the Madhyama Charitra. If you see that she has 18 hands, which is like the addition of Mahakali and Mahasaraswati is 10 plus 8. So that also she has that 18. So she is the combination, you can say, of even the Mahakali and Mahasaraswati is this merge into this Mahalakshmi. That is why we say Ekenava Madhyamena Naikene Suriha. Like if you are doing one of the Charitras, then the Madhyama Charitra, and that is why the Mahalakshmi becomes the prime importance of this Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati, according to those who are doing the Chandi Puja Paddhati, Upasana, Chandi Upasakas, that is how it is. Yeah.
So we will see you all tomorrow and hope, maybe the concluding session with the Murti Rahasya. Namaste. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.